Hey good people of the internet, my name is Jake Sloan and I make videos here on YouTube all about how you can take your mobile videography skills to a whole new level, and I review the gear that makes it possible. So if you want to take this device in your pocket and learn how to create amazing cinematic movies, or take your video production skills to a whole nother level using nothing more than the phone in your pocket and maybe a few other pieces of gear, then subscribe to this channel. You won't regret it. And now let's get into the video. So here are my top 5 tips on how to make great mobile cinematic videos. Tip number 1, this is probably the most important and I still see it all the time, is hold your phone like this. In landscape mode, you don't want to hold it in portrait mode. You don't want to be filming like this unless you're filming videos specifically for Facebook or Instagram. And I'll be doing a whole video on how to film videos for Facebook or Instagram, but not in this one. So keep your phone in landscape mode because it's the way that most of our devices and the way that YouTube is set up for content to be consumed in. And tip number 2 is, actually, let's go somewhere else. Tip number 2 is stability. Using a small tripod or something like that to set it on a rock, or using a larger tripod will keep your footage nice and stable, and nice and stable footage is definitely much easier to look. So make your footage as stable as possible will really help take your phone videos to another level. Tip number 3 is, hold on. Tip number 3 is make sure you get good audio, because people will forgive a lot of things, but bad audio really isn't one of them. They will tune out really fast. So either make sure you're in a quiet environment where you can be heard clearly, or use an external microphone like the Rode Video Micro, which is what I'm using right now. Even though I've got a lot of wind, it still sounds good. Or the Rode Smart Lav, both of which are linked in the description, are great, fairly inexpensive options to capture great audio with your phone, but make sure you get good audio. Tip number 4 is lighting. Get good lighting. You don't have to necessarily have lighting like this. I've got a studio light here and another one here and some stuff going on behind me, and that's because I have this studio set up. But even if you don't have lights like this, sitting next to or in front of a big window that's letting lots of natural sunlight in, lots of light in, will make a huge difference in how your videos look. And so get good lighting. You don't necessarily need to be in the sunlight, but just a bright, well-lit room in your house will make a huge difference on how good your videos look on your phone. Tip number 5 is location. Find a good location, especially if you're doing videos like this or talking. Then you want to find a good location that you can set up and pretty much leave set up that stays relatively clean and it's relatively quiet. If it's easy to set up and if it's ready to go, then it's easy to sit down and record a video. If you have to take a lot of time to set something up or create something, then it's going to be less enticing to make a video. And it's important to keep in mind that what's behind you in the video is going to play a part. And so you want a background that's not too distracting, or you at least want to keep an idea of what is in the background. If you were outside like I was earlier, you want to keep the background nice so that it's nice but not too distracting from what you're trying to say. And I guess my last power tip would be put your phone in airplane mode or do not disturb mode, because it never fails. No matter how little people call or text you, you sit down to start a video and that's when everybody's going to call and text you. And so put your phone in airplane mode or do not disturb mode so that you can sit down and record a video without getting distracted. There you have it, my 5 tips and 1 bonus tip of how to make great videos using just your phone. If you want to see more videos, tips, tricks like this one, or if you want to see more about gear reviews and different pieces of gear that I use to make videos, then stay tuned and subscribe to this channel, because I've got a lot more content like this coming up. And I'll look forward to seeing you again soon in the next video.